Okay, so we're with your full name?
Oh, Jeff Bauer.
And Jeff, okay, so now say I'm Jeff Bauer.
Yep. I'm Jeff Bauer, and we were just discussing just the different ways of filming, different ways of looking at a scene where you leave a little bit of something for the audience to imagine. Like when they see it so graphically that there's nothing left for them to imagine. Well, if your film's great, it's still great. But if it's not great, it's maybe not so good because you didn't leave any place for their vivid imagination to take over. An example was like John Wayne in Sands of Iwo Jima. Even though he never sweat, it was as intense then as like Hacksaw Ridge is now. It just didn't have all the blood and guts and sweat, but it was as intense if you got into the story. And then when they talked about one of their guys getting jumped by the Japanese, you didn't see him all chopped up, but in your mind you saw him all chopped up, and he was way worse chopped up than you see in other movies. So it's just it doesn't always have to be Star Wars and lightsabers. I got scared to death at Outer Limits and what was the Rod Serling Twilight Zone. Scared to death. Scared of the very first that first Dracula with.
But you got to go back to Hitchcock. Hitchcock was never gory, but always suspenseful.
Yeah, you were always had that feeling, man. There was something going on, and so yeah, very graphic stuff is good at times, but when you get too much of it, your brain isn't thinking about what's going on. You're just watching what's going on and changing so much that I think movies are better when there's some imagination. When you have to imagine something. I heard that noise. Well, you didn't.
Well, in
see
this case, we're leaving all the video out of it and using just audio. So this gives us a unique opportunity. How do you feel about working on a project like this? I mean, this is
that's awesome.
For now, I mean, it used to be pretty commonplace to have radio dramatizations, but you don't see it as much.
Well,
today.
if you can make it sound good without the visuals, it's good.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely good. And then you can use the visuals to enhance it later on in a movie form or whatever, even a comic book form.
Mm-hmm.
But it has to be good with just the story and just the audio. If it's not, I don't know. I just don't like to depend on the glitz and technology to take the place of that story.
The performance and
something.
Yeah. Cool. Have you had a chance to look at the script or anything much?
I'm almost. Or
started reading the book?
I looked to see where the end of the script was, and I'm almost there in the book.
Oh, good.
So I'm all the way up to where they're off the river and they're on their way into the town, looking for Heinlein. Yeah. So I'm up that far, and I don't usually read.
Or von Heinen. It's Albert von Heinen.
Yeah.
Von Heinen.
I don't
read Heinlein is the
a lot of science fiction, but and I don't read a whole lot at one time. But I kept wanting to go back to pick this up, like right from the beginning. I like war. So like I was already interested.
Well, the fun thing about this really is a war film. This is from a lot of angles.
Yeah, a lot of angles.
Even though there's science fiction elements to it, but it's a lot deeper than that. Obviously, right from the beginning, you're like, what the,
Yeah, and when it starts out, it's like it's 1971. I'm not giving anything. It's 1971, but it's World War I. All of a sudden, you kind of know what you're looking at, but you don't know what you're going to be looking at.
Right. It sets it up that this is an alternate reality where the British and the Roman Empire are still at war and all this kind of stuff, even, dating back to empires as opposed to even World War I or World War II level. And Richard created so many alternate realities that way.
And just, okay.
That would be Kevin, brother. I'm going to go ahead and stop.